Hi. If you're in any part of revenue operations, marketing operations, or sales operations in a sales-led growth business, your job can sometimes feel like it's impossible. At any given time, you need to be an expert in technology, in the data across multiple sources, and you need to be seeing around corners to be ready to support critical new go-to-market strategies. You have one of the most cross-functional roles in the organization, and it's important that you build strong working relationships with all of your stakeholders.
Hi, I'm Sophie O'Neill. I've been consulting with customer-facing teams at companies at all stages of growth, from startups to Fortune 500 for well over 10 years, resolving critical challenges in people, process, data, and technology.
And I'm Deborah Holstein. I've got over 15 years of hands-on experience leading high-performing marketing, growth, and go-to-market teams. Sophie and I are sharing pragmatic insights and advice to address some of the most pressing concerns and opportunities faced by go-to-market leaders today.
So the first important meeting that you need to be having as a Rev Ops leader on a regular basis is with your colleagues who are focusing on new logo acquisition, your demand generation leaders. Keeping that pipeline flowing of new business opportunities is critical for everyone. So having a regular forum where you can jointly review and work to collaboratively course correct if needed, looking at your lead volume and your lead quality, looking at the disposition of those leads, getting that temperature of your frontline BDRs. What are they seeing? What are they needing more of? What information do they need more of? Looking towards your scoring strategy. Do you have the data that supports your strategies?
And it's really important to be doing this regularly, both for the business of today, but also because you need to be building forecasts and looking to the future as well. So if you're having these regular conversations, you're able to build that critical relationship that's going to help you be able to address and broker any difficult conversations that might pop up between your marketing and sales partners. A second really important meeting that you need to be having regularly as a Rev Ops leader is with your colleagues responsible for customer onboarding, customer adoption, and customer upsell. And in these meetings, you're going to want to be thinking about the data and processes that feed into sort of the health of those customers to give your colleagues there an insight into which ones might need attention. And you're also going to want to be identifying the accounts and the segments for those that are ready for upsell for a particular, for growth or for particular new product adoption.
And not just for growth, obviously your customer teams are those that have the greatest insight into the account health, as Deborah said, but that also helps you recognize those that are perhaps at risk of loss, at risk of churn, and really work to be able to retain those critical accounts. So the next most important meeting, or the next very important meeting you need to be having, is with your sales leadership, whether your sales leadership is organized geographically or by size of company or size of target. Really being able to bring in those insights that you've gleaned from your work with the CX teams, with the other customer-facing teams, with your demand generation teams. In your Rev Ops role, you are really the glue that's bringing this together. So but it's also not just bringing that to your sales leaderships, it's also listening.
Yeah, it's super important, that listening part, because yes, you're bringing information to them, but they are also imparting information to you that's going to help you be able to see around that corner and be ready for the challenges that they're starting to face or the new ideas that they want to be implementing. And so it is important. It's not just going to be a readout that you give, but it's also for you to be hearing from them and getting ideas from them about what you need to be thinking about now to be ready for what they're going to need in coming quarters. So in the Rev Ops role, it's because you need to be supporting today's challenges, what's happening currently, and to be sensing what's needed in the future. So you need to be spending time with your demand gen teams, you need to be spending times with your customer teams, and you need to be spending times with your sales leadership teams. And because your role is so cross-functional, just remember that you're adding value to your colleagues by being able to both give them information about the health of their areas and to be able to support them in their initiatives, but also that you're getting information from them that you can be using to figure out what the RevOps function needs to be doing in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a regular forum where you are collaborating, where you have that give and take of these different perspectives, not only does it help you all be focusing in the same direction, bringing the different perspectives and interests and needs that you have, but singing from that same songbook. It also helps build those strong working relationships that you need to have, that trust that you need to have to be able to not just see around the corners, but weather the storms, navigate the healthy tension that comes up within the teams, but also the challenges that you may be facing outside the organization.
It's so true, because it's like if you have a regular time to talk, then you're going to talk regularly. And some of these things that, you can address them more quickly, and they actually won't fester, right? You can address them right away. So next time, Sophie and I are going to be talking about the different kind of trigger words that you could listen for in each of these different meetings with each of these different sets of stakeholders. And these are the kinds of words that will help you to identify problems that may be brewing so that you can address them before they become showstoppers.